the collision of two galaxies. On August 21, 1981, Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas was more than just a casino. It was the epicenter of a cultural and sporting war. Two of the greatest featherweights of all time were set to face off. On one side stood Puerto Rico's pride, Wilfredo "Bazooka" Gómez, a man who didn't just win, he destroyed. On the other, Salvador Sánchez, the Mexican champion who boxed with the coolness of a surgeon and the endurance of a marathon runner. The question on the streets wasn't who would win, but in which round the Mexican would fall. Are you ready for this incredible fight that few people know about? Even though it happened more than 30 years ago, the amazing exchanges between both fighters will still leave you in awe. Grab your favorite snack and join us to enjoy the best boxing on YouTube. The Executioner of Mexicans versus the Lone Eagle. To understand the magnitude of this fight, you have to look at the stats. Wilfredo Gómez came into the bout with a streak of 32 victories, all by knockout. He held the record for the most consecutive successful defenses of the super bantamweight title, all won by stoppage. Gómez was the favorite among bettors and the international press. His punching power was considered a force of nature. He had defeated so many Mexican fighters that he earned the nickname the Executioner of Mexicans.
Knockout in round 2 of 10 at San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Suerte al costado y combinando efectivamente. Otra buena derecha con todo el libre de mano. Izquierda abajo y a la lona.
It would be more merciful to finish. Look at this.
Command, it's scheduled for 15. Gómez defending his title. And he's got Hernandez in trouble. Down he goes.
And he arrived in Las Vegas with an arrogance that bordered on insulting, promising to annihilate Sánchez in the early rounds without any difficulty. Salvador Sánchez, despite being the reigning WBC featherweight champion, was seen as the sacrificial victim, even though he had already defeated legends like Danny "Coloradito" López.
Go for broke. Under a minute to go. Another combination scoring from Sánchez. Under 30 seconds, he takes a short. This kid's smart enough to take advantage of it. He is hurt. He is hopelessly hurt. Sánchez, stop.
Many believed Gómez's power would be too much, but what few people analyzed was the physical factor. Sánchez was a natural featherweight, while Gómez was moving up in weight. In addition, Salvador had an invisible advantage, a unique cardiovascular system that allowed him to throw hundreds of punches without showing fatigue. The truth was that the fight was perfectly matched. Any mistake could be fatal for either man and could cost them the fight. In the days leading up to the weigh-in and during the verbal exchanges, the atmosphere was electric. Gómez mocked Sánchez's calm demeanor, calling him a kid and claiming that Mexico would cry that night. Salvador, true to his mystical and quiet style, simply smiled. At the weigh-in, the tension could be felt in the air. Puerto Rican fans flooded Las Vegas with flags and music, while the green, white, and red wave of Mexico responded with battle cries. It was more than a belt. It was the supremacy of Latin boxing. All of Mexico stood proud with Salvador Sánchez. The battle, round by round, round 1. The impact that changed history. The bell rings, and Gómez comes out like a predator, hunting for the immediate knockout to fulfill his promise. But something happens that no one predicted. Sánchez, with pinpoint precision, lands a left-right combination that sends the Puerto Rican monster to the canvas just moments into the fight.
Coming out doing now, so he can box and punch, and it's going to be a very interesting fight.
0-1 is his actual record, 32 knockouts. Another factor we point out, don't forget that Gómez is a former world champion.
Right hand in there. Look like it hurts that chest with a right hand. Oh, Gómez.
The arena fell silent for a second before erupting into a roar. Gómez got up on shaky legs, his face stunned and unrecognizable. The hunter had just become the prey. Unbelievable. Everyone expected something extraordinary in this fight, and it happened in the very first round. Gómez was furious, but he also couldn't understand what had just happened.
Gómez got the fight. Gómez in big trouble. There it goes. He got the hold. I think the fight going to end. Oh, he's down.
Rounds 2 and 3. The Warrior's resilience Gómez, wounded in his pride, tried to regain control, but fought more defensively. In these rounds, Wilfredo showed why he was a champion, throwing left hooks that would have knocked out anyone else. Sánchez took them, absorbed them, and kept moving forward. This is where the difference in preparation became clear. While Gómez spent energy on every punch, Salvador moved laterally, using a jab that began to close the Puerto Rican's eyes.
Yeah, you can see it in his eyes. It looked like he's trying to take his shot, but Gómez can punch. Gómez taking good punches to the body. Taking punches and stuff because he ain't clear yet from first base. Just let a puncher like Gómez get in there. But again, Gómez should be in. Man, a good enough for me. No good enough for Salvador Sánchez.
At the same time, two thoughts likely crossed Sánchez's mind. If he held on and the fight continued like this, he would win on points. But he also had enough of an advantage to press the punishment and eventually knock him down again. Though that's easier said than done. In other words, Gómez was now the one worried inside the ring, knowing he would lose if he didn't come up with something. Rounds 4 and 5. Blood chess. The fight turned into a brutal exchange in the center of the ring. Sánchez began attacking Gómez's body, taking away his mobility. Experts noticed something incredible. Between rounds, while Gómez gasped for air, Sánchez barely breathed through his nose, as if he were taking a walk in the park. Gómez's face began to swell severely. His cheekbones were so inflamed that his vision was nearly gone. The punishment was tremendous. The Mexican corner was ecstatic, cheering on the champion who would avenge his people.
Jab, but Sánchez got a fast jab to do your own thing. Well, I got to lean a little bit towards the boxer because myself, I'm a boxer. I'm a boxer. And the Gómez is more the Joe Frazier type coming in, throwing punches. And it's just, it pulled this fight out. Sánchez in that corner like that. Because I know that Gómez is trying to tee off on him. I don't like him.
Rounds 6 and 7, a masterclass Salvador Sánchez began, delivering a true boxing masterclass. He wasn't looking for a single power shot. Instead, he overwhelmed Gómez with combinations of 4 and 5 punches. Wilfredo, brave to the core, kept throwing bombs, hoping one would land and bring him back into the fight. But Sánchez dodged them with head movement that looked like choreography.
That's right. Sánchez got hit with punches like that there. That's where Gómez wants Sánchez, right in that corner. Right in the corner. Sánchez, he got hit with a left hook while he was coming out of that corner. Have a little bit longer arm with Sánchez. There they go, straight punches again. He's a man, he's a champion, and he got a lot going for himself. Good right hand there again by Gómez.
The bazooka was running out of ammunition against an eagle that kept flying higher and higher. It was a complete masterclass in boxing, but it wouldn't take much longer for this violent encounter to come to an end.
For the first time, and taking a little bit of that wind out of Gómez.
Just throw a punch, he don't make us, it don't even change. I mean, Sánchez throw a punch, he don't even change him. All business.
So still, it's changed now.
Then look at him with another right hand, see? He like to slow down a little bit in his punch.
Round 8. The end. The accumulated punishment was too much. Salvador cornered a battered, nearly blinded Gómez against the ropes. He unleashed a series of hooks and straight punches that snapped Wilfredo's head back like a speed bag. The Puerto Rican went down again.
Gómez, get the big one, Nancy. Get Sánchez out of there.
Gómez got hit with a right on the good levels to the body, and Gómez didn't try to do anything about it. So
That's right.
Sanchez shows you again, he got confidence.
He's worth this one.
Again, they're taking training punches. Gómez is on the rope, he's cut under the nose.
The pace that you folks are seeing right now, it's been like this from the opening bell.
That's right. I tell you, the fans are getting their money.
Yeah, he's hurt, he's hurt. Gómez is hurt.
It's down. It's gone.
And although he tried to get up on pure instinct, referee Vicente Saldivar saw in his eyes that there was nothing left to give. Technical knockout. Though Giant had fallen. What a way to end the fight. Salvador could have coasted to a decision and still won, but instead chose to avenge his countrymen by knocking out the man they called the Destroyer of Mexicans. The aftermath and an eternal legacy. Sanchez's victory was so decisive that it changed the narrative of Mexican boxing forever. He didn't just take the undefeated record from the most feared knockout artist of the era, he did it through complete technical and physical dominance. After the fight, Gómez, in a great show of sportsmanship, admitted he had never faced anyone so strong. Sadly, this was the peak of a career that would be cut far too short. Just a year later, Salvador would pass away in a car accident, leaving behind a question that still divides historians today. Could Salvador Sánchez have become the greatest boxer of all time, even above Julio César Chávez? What we do know is that on that August night, the lone eagle flew so high that no one could reach him. If you enjoyed this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. We'll see you in the next one. And if you're Mexican, take pride in your Aztec heritage, the land of the greatest boxers.